Welcome to The Clean Slate with your hosts, Daniel Garza and Carson Phillips, providing you with movie news, reviews, and more. Sit back, relax, and don't forget to go to the concessions to get your popcorn and drinks. For your entertainment, this is The Clean Slate Podcast.
Welcome back to The Clean Slate Podcast. I'm your host, Carson Phillips, here with Daniel Garza. And today we're going over a very creepy VHS tape we found in the backyard about Bigfoot. No, we're just doing another found footage movie. This is our last one for the month. This is Willow Creek from 2013. And this one's about the Bigfoot. So I do believe in Bigfoot, and I think this film slanders him. So let's get into it.
Okay. Very simple logline here today, guys. A man and his girlfriend camp in the woods to capture firsthand evidence of Bigfoot.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's the movie.
Yeah.
This would happen to me. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. This would happen to us.
Yeah, but Daniel, we got to find Bigfoot, and then he'd keep you as his little pet.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is directed by Bobcat Goldthwait.
That's a sick
name. He's a pretty prominent name in this.
He's white.
Well, okay. But give him a little rundown of the story, Carson.
Yeah. So this kind of has the same setup as a lot of other found footage films. I would say most similar to Blair Witch, which obviously that's like the OG, where they're making a documentary, but in this case it's just a couple. There's no other people helping them out, so it's a little bit more lo-fi, so to speak. And they're on this great road trip. They're driving up to Willow Creek, California, and which is a big Bigfoot town. So they're interviewing locals. They're just kind of doing their thing, and then eventually they end up in the woods where they filmed the original. What is it called again? I'm losing my Bigfoot.
It's Willow Creek.
Oh, the Patterson Gimlin film. Yeah, the Patterson Gimlin film, which is the one where you see Bigfoot, the classic footage of Bigfoot that we all know and love. Yeah. So they want to go to the filming site, and obviously things go awry along the way.
Cool. All right. Well, guys, let's get into likes and dislikes. Before we do that, actually, this movie is streaming for free everywhere. So if you have any sort of streaming service or have access to download any of these apps, you can watch it for free. It's on Prime for free. It's on Freevee. It's on Tubi. It's on Peacock. It's on all those things that aren't the best streaming services.
I think I watched it on Peacock.
I watched it on Amazon. So yeah, it's on all of those.
Okay, I'm paying for Peacock again. Just so you
sick.
know,
with ads or without ads?
Ads, unless you want to pay.
No.
Think about it. Pray about it.
Trying to save up for a golf membership. All right, here we go. So likes and dislikes. I actually liked this movie a lot. Don't get me wrong. Wow. I know it has a lot of flaws. However,
it's flawless, dude.
This movie brought me back to a really, really simple time of found footage. Let your mind do the work rather than let us show you everything with really bad graphics and animation. It's a very practical movie. I like the director and kind of where he took a lot of his, not inspiration, but, a lot of his things where he doesn't even like found footage tapes, or found footage movies. Because he, he was on an interview and he made this comment of, why do we call it found footage? Somebody found the footage after somebody died, and they're like, this is the most horrific incident that anybody can ever go through. Let me recut this and make it into a movie. It's it's true. He kind of just
we would,
no, 100%. And then, but then 80% of this movie is improvised. You can kind of tell that through just the way that it's filmed and the way that it's acted.
The two main actors are pretty good.
Yeah,
though.
They're very good, and
they're decent. I was surprised by that.
And that tent scene, there is a long tent scene in this movie that's 18 minutes long, 100% improvised. So it's got a really kind of and actually the director did all of the vocals and grunts of Bigfoot himself. So
could you imagine me grunting in the tent? That's how I do it. That's my Bigfoot.
Anyway, so on paper, this movie is a really clean, good found footage film. It is not super scary, I think, whatsoever. They've got some disturbing things in there. But overall, like that. I remember texting you. I was like, we could have made this movie like easily.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And
yeah, they did a great job.
That's what's exciting is like when it feels like we can make something, then it's just like, all right, well, you got something that's easily available to anybody. And that's kind of my take on it. Okay, do your likes real quick. I got to change my battery because it's about to die.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I also agree with everything you're saying. Like the fact that this was made, I imagine with a very low budget, and it is this entertaining, is pretty great. I also really enjoy some of the dynamic between the main couple, like the fact that there's like a little bit of an emotional storyline going on as well. Like she wants to move to LA, he wants to get married, but there's some distance between them because of that. And then at the same time too, like she believes in she doesn't believe in Bigfoot, he does. So I kind of thought that was enjoyable as well. And like Daniel was saying, like this kind of brings him back to like some of the found footage films we grew up watching. I feel like this is one that we'd find on YouTube and we'd love. And it also reminds me of when Daniel and I would go camping and there was a creepy man outside of our tent. This reminded me of that tent scene. I had a fight or flight response to that because it brought me back to when I thought we were going to be molested by a man outside of our tent. You can say it.
Hold on. Let me stop you right there.
You can bleep it.
Story time. Because
okay, just bleep that part.
Yeah.
Then
Carson and I pretty much like the reason why you make found footage film, even when it's like 80% like what is it called, improvised. It's because that's like literally what you're doing. So Carson and I through the years have made hundreds of found footage films together, and that was our thing.
Hopefully no one finds it.
Yeah, I don't even think we can find it. It was on those flip phones and everything.
No, dude.
But that was the thing too, is we went camping and we always try to make some sort of storyline out of everything that we used to do. However, this one time when we were in it was in Silver Lake. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, when we lost the kayak.
Yeah, that's a fun other story too. Yeah, we were just like late at night chilling, talking in our tent like we always do. I mean, we would like talk for like hours when we were supposed to be going to bed. We'd just be talking, but then we just heard something because we put our tent further away from his family and his rest of the like people we were with, and all of a sudden you just heard, and it was probably 2 or 3 in the morning. So like the campsite is pretty like dead asleep, and we just kept hearing it pacing and pacing and pacing. And then I don't think I'm making this up, but let me know if I am. Later, or the next morning, we
looked at footprints?
No. We heard from your brother that there was some guy walking around with an axe.
Oh, I don't know if he said that, but I remember seeing his shadow. He had like a knife or a machete or something.
No, yes.
It
wasn't a shadow. We looked through the tent to see. Like, we turned off all of our lights on
through the mesh.
Yes, that's what it was. Okay. And then we told everybody that he was walking around with an axe, and people are probably like, he was cutting lumber. And we're like, no, dude.
It was probably Mike.
Probably. No.
Speaking of Bigfoot.
Near our campsite, remember? We saw him, like, walk to another site. Anyway,
I don't know.
It was creepy but
though.
It definitely felt like we were in one of these movies. So that was like a huge tangent, but anyway,
it's a good one. What are your dislikes of this?
Okay,
since
so
you seem to really like it more than I did.
So the dislikes for me is, well, one last like is I think this was a very justifiable reason to hold a camera and do some like found footagey things. A lot of the times
because you want to find Bigfoot.
Why do you have a camera? Why are you recording this? This one, it's like, hey, we're looking for Bigfoot. We're gonna, film everything. So for me though, the dislikes were like the 30-40 minutes of interviews that they have in the movie of just like talking and random stories.
I like the song based interviews though.
The what?
I thought those are pretty great. Where they like interview someone that's like, "Oh, I have a folk song about Bigfoot." Yeah. I'm like, that's awesome. That's so weird.
Yeah. So stuff like that whole scene was pretty atrocious to me. There were a couple of plot holes that I wanted to find out, like what was the reason. Like for instance, the guy that was stopping them when they were first trying to enter into the thing. We never got anything about that, but it was like really intriguing. We're like, oh shoot, what's going on here?
I imagine that gunshot we hear at the end is him trying to kill Bigfoot.
Yeah, maybe.
But we don't see it.
Yeah. And then I would say the last thing is I just wish there was more Bigfoot. I mean, we get more Bigfoot in that little minute-and-a-half clip on YouTube of them faking the Bigfoot walking around.
Yeah.
Than we do in this entire movie. I don't think we see Bigfoot at all. We just see that one naked lady.
You see his fur and a naked woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the naked woman. I know what they're doing there. I think maybe
explain.
So that was the missing poster. Remember, there was a missing poster of a missing woman or whatever.
Yeah.
That is her, from what I understand, and the implication is that Bigfoot's taken women and he's got like a harem or something. Which is crazy. I think that's Bigfoot slander. I don't think Bigfoot's taking your women. I think he's taking the husbands.
Oh, okay. He's an equal taker.
Bigfoot's gay. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe he's bi. Bigfoot's bi.
Yeah. So
I think that's slander, and I think Bigfoot's a nice guy. I was telling Alyssa, because she watched part of this with me. I was like, Bigfoot would not do this.
Yeah.
He would be our friend. Mm-hmm. I'd be hanging out with him. You know what I mean?
Like in the beef jerky commercials.
Yeah, I think Bigfoot's a good guy.
Anyway, what are your dislikes?
That's it.
I just think
it's Bigfoot slander. No, I mean, my biggest dislike is this feels like Blair Witch Project light. And I think they could have made it a little bit more unique. Like, I appreciate the film for sure. Mm-hmm. I just think there could have been a little bit more of a difference in there because like they just get lost in the woods and that's it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think we have a tent scene in Blair Witch, if I remember right. Yeah. So I just think it could have been a little bit less cookie cutter in that sense. But it had the bones of something that could have been really fantastic. Really cool. And it's definitely worth a watch. Watch it on a small screen. Here's the secret to found footage, guys.
Yeah, that is true.
Watch it on the smallest, crappiest screen you have.
Like
if you had that TV back there,
iPod.
Or an iPod Touch, a DS. If you have,
if you can get Willow Creek on,
if DS. You have one of these at home, somehow get that movie on this DS and watch it with the crappiest headphones you have, and you'll have a great time.
Yeah, it'll probably scare the bejesus out of you. Yeah, I just think if we were to marry like how found footage is today and how it was in this movie, it probably could be a damn near perfect film. Like if we would have just had that 5-10 minute scene of Bigfoot killing a bunch of people, and then like the last scene,
just save your budget for the last scene.
Yeah, exactly. You just pan the camera up and he's just like looking down, breathing at you. Yeah, like that would have been the coolest thing ever. But we did. I feel like it was a missed opportunity in this movie. However, I still think. I would, honestly, out of 5, I still give this a 3.5. It's pretty good.
I give it 2.5.
I actually think it got a really decent rating.
Actually, what did I give it on Letterboxd? Did I lie just
probably
now?
Did. You
did I not actually?
4.5.
I have done that before, actually. I've changed my mind, on Letterboxd versus when we record.
Yeah.
I gave it a 2.5. I'm consistent.
Willow Creek, Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, I don't. I'm at. Usually, found footage films don't do well on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, 34%. So, I'm pretty sure.
Fair. That's fair.
Creep Tapes did really well, though.
Yeah, I mean, Creep in general is a beloved franchise at this moment.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
75% Creep Tapes.
Speaking of horror, no, that's too much of a distraction.
All right,
so we got some new movies coming out, and I'm getting excited.
Ooh, all right, sweet. Well, guys, so that is going to conclude Found Footage February. It was a little light than what we did last year, but Carson's, on his new podcast.
Whatever, dude. Yeah, don't blame it on me.
I'm just kidding. We were bombarded by a lot last year, so we're trying to pace ourselves this year, picking out really good movies besides Willow Creek, and just
you liked it. Don't lie.
No, yeah, I know, but it's not a great movie. It's just a fun movie, to me at least. So, guys, we are going to now promptly. Oh, I hate that I said that. We are going to now move in. To
ChatGPT talking ass over here.
No, that my pastors say that every Sunday. Now we'll move promptly out of the. Yeah, it's annoying. Anyway, so guys, we are going to be moving into musical March. We're going to be.
Woo! Sorry, I don't know. That was a lot. Any theater babies out there? Theater girlies?
Yeah, exactly, guys. For all you theater kids that have been pushing us to do music.
All those years of bullying.
Yeah. now is your time to shine. We are going to be we have like one that's not really a musical. It's a jukebox musical. We're starting off with that.
There might be 2 jukebox miracles. Miracles
is great.
That's a great idea for a movie title.
Jukebox miracle.
Jukebox miracle.
Yeah. Could have been the Joker's.
Just Toby Mac.
Fall to do. I still haven't seen that. Anyway, guys. So we got about four musicals in our lineup. We are really excited about them. One I know everybody's going to gush over, and then the rest of them are kind of a little bit different. So we're really excited. Deep cuts, yes. So we're kind of going to take it step by step. But yeah, we got musicals next. And let us know what your takes are on this. And about Found Footage February. Did we pick the right movies for February? If not, tell us what we can do next year. Anyway, guys, so we will see you next week for the beginning of Musical March. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Leave us... I think I said it all. Anyway, guys.
That's it.
We'll see you next week. Peace.
That's a clean slate.